Yeah. What is going on, everyone? Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. And today, like every single weekday, we're coming at you live from our studio in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, breaking news as a top 287 country decides to adopt a cryptocurrency as legal tender. Why did they pick Tron? We'll discuss that. Also, Google, the company that cuts our paychecks, is being sued again by the DOJ. What does that mean for us? And what does that mean for YouTube and Google? Also, we have a very special guest joining us. CryptoBlood will be joining us in T-minus 30 minutes to discuss the hottest topics in cryptocurrency. But before we get into the content, I'd like to introduce you to your other co-host. Hello, Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, boring, stale information, package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, we take a look at Bitcoin, which hasn't moved in the last 48 hours, realistically. And I'm excited for CryptoBlood.
You know what has moved, though?
What? Tron?
No, so, Robin,
I saw the thumbnail, man. You seemed awfully in love.
Yeah,
with Tron,
in
man.
love with Tron. I just want to, I want to just, will you do me a favor, Robin? As I'm talking about, will you pull up the crypto bubbles real quick?
Bubbles? Okay.
Crypto bubbles. So
on the day?
On the day. So
Sure.
yesterday, we talked about gains, right? And do you remember what I said? What was my gains pick?
Was it Aptos?
It was Aptos. Say what?
I didn't know we were picking our most bullish coin for the next 20 hours.
If you paid attention to my question, it was over the next few weeks.
Okay, what do you want? Some self-validation?
No.
Our channel's not known for "I told you so."
No, this is not an "I told you so" to the community. It's an "I told you so" to you. I done told you so.
Oh wow,
guys.
You know what? If you pick a coin every day, at some point you will be right. You know?
Okay. Yeah. I'm swinging 100 here, guys. All right. All jokes aside, Aptos. I talked about this yesterday, and I'm just gonna swap right over to the chart. So I showed this chart yesterday on the 4-hour that Aptos was in a bullish pattern, which is known as a bull flag. I thought we were going to see one more leg down, and so I put in a trade order at $12.10. That never got filled because Aptos just broke out and rallied all the way up and wicked up to around $16.39, which is an all-time high. We are currently printing, it looks like, either a doji or a spinning top, which typically signifies uncertainty amongst traders. And so how far high up, how farther will Aptos go? That's the beauty. No one knows. But we do know some levels that it might retrace at. So a lot of volume coming in right around the $13.50 range. At the very worst case scenario, we could retest this upper part of the trend line here, which is right around $12.50. So of course, my saying is, or it's not my saying, it's a saying I adopted, but you never want to hop on a train that's going 100 miles an hour. You want to wait for it to come to its next stop. Aptos is currently a 100-mile-an-hour train. Wait till it comes to the next stop. What goes up must come down. It will retrace. Look for those levels. Look for the level right around $13.60. I would say anywhere between $13 and $13.60. And also, if it does break below that, I look at the $12.34 level. So if you're bullish on Aptos, or if you made some money on Aptos, or if you have Aptos, please do us a favor. Throw a number 1 in the chat.
All right. Real quick, I do want to show you what it's like to jump on to a moving train and or miss it.
All right, talk about testing your luck. Take a look at this. A man in the Houston area rolls under a moving whoa.
What the hell is this?
A moving train repeatedly as the freight train moves across a level crossing. It's waiting for a gap between the sets of wheels.
That is playing with 100x levers, ladies and gentlemen. In case you were wondering, do not try that at home. Thank you.
Yeah. The actor The Rock, or
oh, you talking about what was John Travolta? No. Sean Connery. No, it wasn't John Travolta. Yeah.
Kyler, you're muted on producer mic. Click M.
Master.
There we go.
Yeah. The movie The Rock, where they break into Alcatraz.
Yeah, no, that was Nicolas Cage, bro.
Nicolas Cage,
and they had the
Sean Connery.
The
Do you
gas,
like Nicolas Cage? Is he a good actor?
He's a Las Vegas local.
I know he is.
He's cool.
I've met him. He's a cool guy, but I'm talking about his acting career.
Okay.
How do you not like him, man?
Okay, I'll put it this way. He is like Samuel L. Jackson. He's full of great movies and also absolute duds as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, just be careful. If you just see his name on a movie.
I'm kidding.
If you see his name on a movie, don't assume it's good.
Have you guys seen Into the Spider-Verse? He was in there. He plays one of the Spider-Men.
Nah.
Spider-Man Noir.
Must have missed it. Spider-Man Noir.
Dude, it's great. You should watch it. It's a good movie.
I don't have time for movies. You know what I have time for? I have time to give Robin crap. So, Robin.
What's that?
Actually, I don't have any crap to give you. You know what I do have crap to give to?
That was a great lead in to nothing.
I'm segueing here. Who I do want to give crap to is this guy. Peter Schiff. Look, Peter Schiff, he's a smart guy, okay? I think at this point...
Is he?
Yeah, he's a smart dude. You don't get to where Peter Schiff is without being smart, okay? I think at this point, he is doing a few things. One, he's engagement farming, which is fine. Two, he's playing dumb, which is also fine. And three, he's poking the bears. And the bears being us and the Bitcoin people. And so we are bears, and we've been sleeping through the bear market, but we have awakened. And he tweeted this today at 8:46 in the morning Pacific time. He said, several articles online point to the rally in Bitcoin following my tweet to sell at 18K to claim that all of my past price predictions on Bitcoin have also been wrong, which they haven't. This overlooks the past 2 years when they've been right. It's Bitcoin bulls who've been wrong for 2 years. What does that even mean? This overlooks the past 2 years where they've been right? I don't understand. Yeah, some things never change, my friends. What I don't understand is we know Peter Schiff's a big Bitcoin or a big gold guy. We know Warren Buffett's a big real estate REIT guy. Right? Everyone has their niches, but why can't you invest in both? Why can't Peter Schiff invest in gold and Bitcoin? Why can't we invest in Bitcoin and gold? There's nothing wrong with diversifying your portfolio, my friends. That's what I want you guys to understand. So
I think he looks at store value, where money leaves gold and goes to Bitcoin and hampers its growth or at least its market cap as far as what the price of gold is trading for on markets. There's no dispute. I mean, it is diversified, right? I mean, it's taken some of the market cap for gold has went into Bitcoin. Now, gold is what, a 30-something trillion dollar asset as
11.
far as market cap?
11.
Is it 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's 11.
Anyways, way more than Bitcoin. And so with that said, how much of Bitcoin would be in gold if Bitcoin didn't exist? There would be a number. But I think he sees that it's growing and that it is a threat to...
You think Bitcoin can get to that 11 trillion?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's why we got the show, right?
True. Very true.
That's right.
What would the numbers be if Bitcoin, the market cap hit $11 trillion? You know what, Robert?
Bitcoin hit 11 trillion? Well, it's probably going to have 30% of the... I would say it probably would still have at least 30% of market dominance, right?
At least, right?
Yeah,
no,
at least.
Not everything, just Bitcoin.
I know. I'm just saying that if it had 30% of the market dominance at 11 trillion, then that means the entire market cap of crypto in its entirety would be around, 50 trillion, right? 40 trillion. Yeah. And right now we just crossed 1 trillion. So that's a 40x on our entire on all of crypto investment. So
here's what the math comes out to. If Bitcoin gets to $11 trillion market cap like gold, you're looking at a $550,000 Bitcoin price, because if we don't divide it by 21 million, we divide it by 20 million, because a million is locked up in Satoshi's wallet. So yeah, there you go. 550K, we coming, babe. All right. And then one more thing before I get into the market. So we saw Texas. So this is from an Arizona senator has introduced a bill to make Bitcoin legal tender in the state of Arizona. Texas did the same thing. This was, I believe, last week or a couple of weeks ago. And so we're starting to see who the crypto and Bitcoin friendly states are. I assume Florida probably would do something similar if this catches traction. And so is this a nothing burger, or you think this is a big deal?
I'm still in the camp that legal tender needs to be on the federal level. So,
but is this a step towards federal level?
It's the right idea. It's the right thought process. It's what you would like to see politicians thinking about. But this needs to be, if you're looking for, hey, legal tender, and I know the way that you're kind of framing it, hey, we can, businesses are using Bitcoin or pretty much have to use Bitcoin as a form of payment. That I don't think it's ever coming. Not on the U.S. standard. I just don't. I think they might back a dollar with Bitcoin. I think that would be the largest extent of the adoption of Bitcoin as a legal tender. Basically a dollar-backed representation, synthetic of gold. Oh yeah.
I want to know what the chat thinks. Some people have already started. If you guys think this is a big deal, put a 1 in the chat. If you think this is a nothing burger, put a 2 or a burger in the chat. Also, Zoltan said no Bitcoin is too well, we're talking about Florida. He said no Bitcoin is too woke for Florida Republicans. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and then like what do you consider legal tender? You can pay debts on there, because
you can pay your state taxes.
Yes,
you can.
Now, I think people get confused with what you saw in El Salvador, where they're mandating that all businesses are required to take Bitcoin as a means of payment. That even if there was like, hey, we'll make Bitcoin legal tender here in the United States, even if that would be the case, there would be no way they would enforce every business to use it. I think it'll just be the market will naturally do that. Let's give a little love to the chat here. We do have a few new people in the chat. If you're new here, say hello, so that way we can drop an hola right back at you. We got Retail Joe, True Dukel, Adult Entertainment, Kojo, Clay, DCA, AC Hook, Just in Time. And to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. And then we also see Gonzo's in the chat. You wanna say hello to Gonzo?
Yeah, guys. So I was on Good Morning Crypto this morning with the guys from Good Morning Crypto. I think there's 3 of them: Gonzo, Johnny Crypto, and Abs. Had a really, really good time, man. You guys should go check out their channel. Really good stuff, especially if you're an XRP fan. They're big XRP guys, but we talked to CBDCs, and so if you didn't watch the video, definitely recommend you go watch them. Go throw them a sub. And then we told them we're going to bring them on our channel as well. Really, really informative guys. So we had a good time. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you for having me. And if you were there, part of the Sinner community, and you threw your all outs, thank you as well. So with that being said, Robin, let's take a gander at the markets here, my friend.
All right. And so as we take a look, we got Bitcoin coming in at $22,635.57. Now, as we mentioned, not too much price movement in the last 3 or 4 days. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we came into the $22,000 range 5 days ago, and we've gotten as high as 23,000, and we've basically used 22,000 as support. So pretty good. If you take a look at how we got here, We are stepping our way up to 30,000 without any extreme
What'd you call it
volatility.
yesterday? A step?
Ascending gratitude? I don't know.
Ascending stairs.
Stair step.
No, ascending stairs.
Ascending stairs.
We've been in this ascending stairs pattern.
Yes,
for
that is correct. The
What was that?
asinine stairs. Now, so yeah, some healthy growth here, essentially. And, you guys know I'm not the chart guy, but you don't need to be a chart guy to see that this is pretty bullish. What you don't want to see is a bunch of volatility wicking up, down. So I think the sentiment in the market is changing. As you can see here with the Crypto Fear and Greed Index coming in at 51. So as high as 52. This is far off from where we were just a month ago at 28. We were down in the teens as soon as the FTX debacle happened. So traders are feeling a little bit more comfortable getting in and out of the market, particularly in. And then to take a quick look at the NASDAQ, kind of flat across the board as well. So. And let's take a quick look at some of the altcoins as well.
A couple things real quick. Sistine Research, our friend Forrest is in here. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Sistine Research, what do you do?
I do.
Also, Jimmy wants to know, hey, Rob, nice shirt today. Guess you sold that Cutlass yesterday?
I did. I sold a Cutlass and I got one of those throwback Volkswagen Beetles, the 1970 ones that you could get built from Mexico.
True, yeah. Awesome.
Baja style with the little with the brush guard on the front.
Guys, if you're new here, drop an hola. We'll throw one right back at you. All right.
That's an hola without the H.
Got a Romanian in the house.
Ooh, Romania.
All right. So taking a look, we do have Ethereum. It was as high as 16,000 or 1,600, and you can see that it is retraced a little bit more on the downside if we were to compare it to Bitcoin. But that is the alts in general. All the alts are bleeding off a little bit. And I think we're just kind of anticipating the next move for Bitcoin, which we think should be to the upside. And taking a look at the biggest gainers for the week as well. You have, or for the 24 hours, you have Aptos, as we mentioned, up. Also, Mina Protocol. This is one of my favorites. It's in at 60 cents. This was as high as $4.
Mina? Okay,
$4
here's
$4 or $5.
I've liked Mina too, but what worries me is Starknet. They're kind of...
So Mina Protocol does ZK rollups, and
it's a cool project.
I'll just say this, that they are partnered with Polygon and Ethereum, and with Mina Protocol, they're in a saturated market. So as David alluded to, they have competition that has similar technologies, and Mina was one of the first big projects within the ZK scene, especially one of the first ones to partner up with Ethereum and Polygon. Particularly Polygon was their first big partnership.
Vitalik's been pretty vocal in supporting Starknet.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But I look at it in the same way that you look at an Oracle service. You're going to have multiple partnerships across the board. So I don't think it's going to be a winner take all on this, but something to keep an eye out for. That is one of my sleeper picks here. Now,
dude, Quant does not
up
stop,
4%,
man.
Optimism up 10%, and then taking a look at the biggest losers for the day, we got Kava down 10%. Also, Loopring down 8%. Now, Loopring did have a pretty big rally earlier this week, still up 10% for the week. As well as Lido up 20% for the week, but a little pullback today. And that's all I got.
So Lido, it'll be interesting to see what happens after all the ETH gets unlocked. Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing Lido does, but it's a big portion there. I believe they're number one in locked Ethereum or value locked for Ethereum. So, all right, Robin, who when we get a paycheck from YouTube, who's it from? Who cuts it?
Jimmy.
Technically, yes. But whose name is on the pay stub?
That would be Google.
That would be Google. And the Department of Justice has filed another antitrust lawsuit against Google, seeking to break up its ad business. So the first antitrust lawsuit was filed under President Donald Trump. Now another one has been filed under President Joseph Robin Biden. The U.S. Department on Tuesday filed its second antitrust lawsuit against Google in just over 2 years. This lawsuit, which focused on Google's online advertising business and seeks to make Google divest parts of the business, is the first against the company filed in the Biden administration. Google's advertising business generated $54.5 billion in Q3 of last year from search, YouTube, and Google network ads and other advertising. Here's the issue they have with Google and their conglomerate. Google's advertising business has drawn critics because the platform operates on multiple sides of the market, buying, selling, and an ad exchange, giving it unique insight into the process and potential leverage. Do you agree that Google has, and got to tread carefully here, you agree that, or let's just not say Google, any company, this is too much power, too much ability to sway, whether it's markets, whether it's sentiment, whether it's people, decision-making? Should anyone have this amount of power and a monopoly over a market as big as advertising?
I think you're asking if someone has the wrong, too much power. I think you're forgetting, does the government have too much power? I mean, what happens if we get
the government
too big? If we get too big, I mean, does the government say, hey guys, your channel is too large and you have too much of the market share for crypto content?
Okay, that's not fair. That's not a fair comparison.
It's not a fair comparison. At what point does it turn from fair to not fair, or vice versa? At what point do you keep expanding to offer services in other areas that are lacking, and you have the team to do it? And at what point is it okay for the government to come in and be like, you know what, you're a little too big? You know what I saw yesterday? It was earlier this week. Not only are they have Google out here, in talks of being broken up, which isn't going to happen, by the way. But you had Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster was on had a seat at Congress, or they're getting questioned by Congress over their monopoly on tickets. And the fact that, and they kept referencing Taylor Swift's $2,000 ticket resales. I mean, because they're the only. What are you going to break up Ticketmaster? Like,
how do you feel? Okay, how would you feel if there was one company that issued 90% of all the mortgages in the country? Would you be okay with that?
Well, you know what? The market will shift, and people will go to other banks. But and it's the same.
But that's not always possible, though.
I'm not saying that monopolies monopolies are allowed for energy and utilities, right? And that's because you don't want to have like a bunch of pipes running from all different companies to offer water services.
Part of it also is because it's subsidized by the government.
It's also about the infrastructure. So you don't want to have 4 different companies running power lines around the city. It would just make sense to have one grid that powers everything. You're not intertwining other companies, the same thing. And that makes sense for a reason. And for businesses, yes, if certain, there's a good example. You had monopolies in the airline industry back in the 80s, and they broke up that monopoly. But the thing, what they were doing was that it was only like 3 or 4 airlines, and they were having meetings secretly to set prices, to say, hey, let's not drop the prices below this, because the 3 of them control the monopoly or control the market. And so there are situations, but for the simple fact that somebody has the most market share, markets move. Google will not be at the top forever. And if you think about it this way, you have, you got, what do you have? Microsoft. So if you're worried about Google, Microsoft has a $10 billion investment that they just put in with
ChatGPT.
With ChatGPT. That's going to disrupt the markets. And right now, Google is scrambling. And so I truly don't believe that Google is going to stay on top. And I think AI is going to disrupt it. And I think that there's going to be more services offered by more companies in the future. For me, I just think the government needs to have a hands-off approach when it comes to businesses. At some point.
But if you let monopolies be created, the issue you run into is this country is based off capitalism, right? And competitiveness. And
Well, how do you get to capitalism? The
Not
idea
by
is that
monopolies.
the idea is that you can grow your business.
why do you think some mergers have to be approved by the court? Like
Should we shut down Walmart?
No, like when T-Mobile was buying Sprint, they had to get approval from a court. And so there's systems in place to keep things competitive in this country, because if you end up having Google essentially have the entire ad market and information and search market, like they're essentially turning into a communist country. That's my take.
I think a communist country is one that says, "Hey, this company's too big. We need to break it up. Hey, you're not allowed to merge over here." I think that true capitalism is to let free markets grow and shift into whatever the consumer decides it wants to be. And if I want to go spend my money at Walmart, or if I want to, sign a mortgage through this company, or if I want to go buy a ticket through Ticketmaster or through a third-party vendor or whatever it may be, like, let me make that decision. And you know what? If it becomes predatory practices between these companies where they're taking advantage of people and making backdoor deals, then sure, there needs to be held accountability. But I personally don't like the intervention of the government when it comes to businesses. And then I do want to say that we are sitting at like a 35% like ratio here. What's going on here?
Are you sure your math is not very good?
No, it's 35. Because we got 70 likes and 180 people in here. I don't know my percentage, but it's pretty close to 35. Like, what are y'all doing, man?
Just to kind of wrap this thing up here, Robin,
Did you hit the like button?
Just to kind of wrap this thing up here, you talk about, if I want to pick this one, then I'm going to pick this one, right? But what if you don't have that option because the company has a monopoly over the entire space and they just keep buying their competitors or, filing? I mean, that's all I'm saying. And you know who else I'm interested to get this take on? Is our guest ready, Kyler? All right. Before we bring on CryptoBlood, which, by the way, if you're a fan of CryptoBlood, put a 1 or the blood in the chat. There's a blood emoji.
Is
Go ahead
there,
and throw
is
that
there
in
a
there.
blood emoji?
There is a blood emoji. Yeah.
What's it look like?
Looks like a blood drop.
Oh.
Drop of blood. All right. So while we're bringing him in, real quick, let me share some exciting news with you guys. Happy Techie said, "Is Dave the soft-spoken crypto expert?" I'll let you be this. I'll let you decide that. All right. So I put in my very first leverage trade, guys. My very first leverage trade. I was excited, and guess what coin I picked? It was Solana. And so I bought. So I was looking at this chart on the 4-hour chart on Solana, and I'm going to just kind of go through my trade setup here and why I did what I did. So when this green candle was forming right here, and I'll make it bigger for you guys, this candle right here. So this is what I have charted on here is the Ichimoku cloud. It's 5 indicators, 5 moving averages that paint a picture as to support, resistance, bullish, bearish, what's the trend looking like moving forward. And when this thing wicked down to the cloud and bounced back up, that told me that this cloud is providing excellent support for Solana on the 4-hour. And so my entry point was down here at $22, and I believe it was 75 cents. So I put in I believe I did 8x leverage, and 8x leverage long on Solana. I am in profit, not by much, but it was exciting, man. Let me tell you guys, I've always been against leverage trading, but I understand people like leverage trading. I've been an option trader myself for quite some time. And I just remember people continue to tell me options are risky. When I got into it and started learning how to limit your risk in options and how it really works, I was like, this is not risky. I would say it's the opposite, unless you're doing naked calls or naked puts where you don't have any collateral to back it up. Same thing with leverage. If you select the proper leverage type, and if you pay attention to your liquidation price and you do isolated instead of cross, if you only put in a $100 leverage trade, that's all you can lose, but with massive uncapped upside. And so again, it's not something that I would recommend if you're not an avid trader or don't understand trading. Not something I recommend getting into, but if you want to learn about it and you enjoy it, it's very interesting. I use BitGet, and we're actually looking to get an affiliate link with BitGet as well. And so if you guys are in a leverage trade, we do get it. You want to support the channel? Feel free. While I'm on the charts here, I do want to show the Bitcoin chart really, really quick. So a little more bearish on Bitcoin. This is the 1 hour, same thing, Ichimoku cloud. So the cloud acts as not only support, but resistance as well. And you can see here, guys, getting perfectly rejected off this cloud 3 times. Once here, and once here. We had a nice big green candle from 22.57 all the way up to 22.74, got rejected, and now we're printing a red candle. If we scale out more to the 4 hour, 4 hours actually looking more bullish. We are getting close to this support level on the cloud, which would put us right around 22,300. But I definitely see if we do touch this cloud level, which in the next, in the next hour, we should see another, this candle will close and another one will print. So you'll be looking at closing in this area. So 22,150 is the area I'd be looking at if you're a swing trader or looking to get into Bitcoin or take some profits or get back in. Those are the levels that I would be looking at. So with that being said, we ready for blood?
Nope.
Blood. Let's bring him in. CB.
He's muted, bro.
We're about to unmute you, my guy.
All right, we got you. What's up, bro?
How you doing, bro?
Hola!
I hate it so much. These guys asked me for an hola on the show today. I was like, no.
What's going
CB,
on, brothers?
how you doing, man?
Yes,
Thanks for
sir.
coming back on the twice in a month. We feel
Twice
honored,
in a
man.
month. Hey,
I love it.
you put it out there. You're lucky I didn't schedule the whole month.
Go
You
ahead,
should
bro.
have, man.
You know what? We're just gonna.
Hey,
we'll bring it part of the show.
February's blood month.
Blood month, baby.
What the?
Not
Oh God.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah. Let's just cut this conversation here, guys. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not even gonna go there.
All right.
I'm gonna go there.
So
It's not-
definitely
it's not
follow us on
African
Twitter.
American month. It's blood month. Okay, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right.
Follow
That's
us
right.
on Twitter
All right.
just in case something happens to our YouTube channel. So real quick, I just got done talking about leverage trading. Are you a leverage trader? Do you enjoy leverage trading?
Of course, you got to leverage trade. Dave, you are a leverage trader. If you used to trade,
I put my
options-
first one in, bro. First one in yesterday.
No, if you're an options trader, you're a leverage trader.
Yeah.
Every contract is 100 shares.
Yes. Yeah. I know.
So
You're
been
essentially
leveraging,
trading
man.
on 100x leverage with options.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's just
You've been
people
great.
get so greedy and they don't pay attention to the little things that that's how people get wrecked. And so I would definitely recommend if you are going to get into leverage trading.
Leverage trading is necessary for sure if you're a smaller account and you want to build up. The issue is people don't know how to leverage the leverage,
Right.
for lack of a better word. So that's where people pretty much kill themselves every time. So you got to know how to use other people's money. That's essentially what you're doing. You're using the exchange's money to trade and make more money. But the more your account grows, the less leverage you have to use.
That's true. And one thing I would say, unless you have the Sam Bankman-Fried deal that he got, which was 0 liquidation points, would definitely recommend you pay attention to that. All right,
Bitcoin
CB.
Jesus too.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly.
CB, before we get into before Double David, baby, let's go. Before we get into the biggest news of the day, which is a big country adopting Tron as legal tender, I want to ask you about monopolies. So we covered an article, not sure if you were here for it, but Google got sued again by Department of Justice. They want to break up their business, saying they got too much power, they got a monopoly. What are your thoughts on monopolies? Is the government out of line in doing what they're trying to do, or is this needed for competitiveness and for a capital market?
When are we going to have an antitrust against the government?
That ain't never
Because they're a monopoly. Exactly. I know. No, I think they pick and choose. You know, they haven't broken up Apple. Okay, Apple is fairly big. Amazon. Anyone ever heard of Amazon? They control everything. So they pick and choose. They've been going at Microsoft for some years. I think they've actually been hit with antitrust about 10 years ago or so, right? So
Yeah, they did.
It's nothing new. I don't know what vendetta they have against Microsoft. I have no clue. But no, I don't think those types of antitrust litigations or suits are proper at all, man. I think it's very unfair.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the camp. Like, if we're gonna sit here and preach about like we don't want the government messing with our money, but yet, hey, it's okay for them to mess with companies' monies and companies and how companies run and operate, and to break up a business, that is so damning, bro. You're not talking about an SEC fine. You're talking about saying, hey, we're going to split your company that you built for the last 30 years into 3 pieces, and then we're going to assign CEOs to run them. Like at what point is that representative of America? Like, at what point is that freedom? At what point is that real capitalism? It's not, man. And for the simple fact that you say, you know what, you just got too big. Like, and that mentality is what we're dealing with when it comes to the creation of CBDCs, control and power, and that the government knows what's best for you. You know what? Google is too big, so we know what's best for you. We're gonna split it up into 10 tech companies. Like, it's BS, bro.
It's not BS. You
100%.
literally, in the same sentence, you disagreed with yourself.
How?
You said you talked about the monopoly and would have too much power, but that's literally what Google has.
They don't have too much power. The market has decided. The people have decided. You can use Microsoft, you can use Bing, you can go use Firefox, you can use whatever the hell you want. You don't have to choose Google, but the people have chosen it because their search engine is optimized and they have figured it out. That's what the people want.
Searchism. I like that word you made up there. Searchism.
He makes up a lot of words. There's a Merriam-Webster dictionary for just Robin.
I'm gonna use that one. You gotta stop searching.
All right, so you're an advocate for monopolies then?
I'm an advocate for businesses to grow as big as they want to grow, and when they get too big, I'm an advocate
for free market. I'm an advocate for free markets.
Is it a free market?
Are you in favor of government control?
No, I'm not in favor of government control.
That's literally the biggest control ever, is to say, hey, your business is too big. We don't like it.
Yeah. No, you don't think so, Dave?
I don't know, man. I just think in a
so it's cool for them to control businesses, but not to control money.
What do you mean cool for
like as far as CBDCs? So you're like picking and choosing what the government can control?
I'm against
Should
CBDCs
they control our healthcare system too?
I'm against CBDCs too. I asked Robin this question. Let me ask you, CB, if there was one mortgage lender that gave out 95% of mortgages, and that was essentially your only option because that's what your bank would work with or whatever, would you be for that?
No, there's always the 1%.
Yeah, you can always go pick someone else. If you don't like Google, go use Bing, bro. Go use
you have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, you have a choice.
I don't know. I just think when monopolies when something gets too big,
if you don't want
your choices dwindle, and that's
if you don't want to shop at Walmart, you don't have to. If you don't want to go,
as long as there is an option, you're fine. Now, if there were no other options, the government or the United States said you have to use Google for searches, then we have a problem. That's not free. That's not a free market situation, So
all right, it's an intriguing conversation, but I want to move on from this conversation. And I want to move on to a bigger conversation. If you're a fan of Tron and the Tron network, put a 1 in the chat. CB, are you a Tron guy? You like Tron?
I don't dislike it. It's not bad. I use it. I used it a lot back a few years ago. Their stablecoin, USDT, was very popular amongst the community. And so, yeah.
Do you have a
I don't like Justin.
But, did you see our thumbnail today? There's David. He is a big fan of Tron.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm actually not a big fan.
Do I have a bag of Tron? I don't have a big bag of Tron. Mostly USDT over there on Tron. So it's not like I'm willfully or intentfully looking to buy Tron. No.
All right. Well, you might want to wait because Tron, the price of Tron has gone up because Tron becomes legal tender in this ginormous country. And the country, of course, I'm speaking of is San Martin. Justin Sun, the founder of Tron, revealed that San Martin announced its plans to adopt Tron as legal tender. According to MP Rolando Brisson, who's the leader of the United People's Party, By working with Tron as its chosen blockchain infrastructure, San Martin could gain access to Tron's rapidly expanding and inclusive global ecosystem, which would help boost the island's appeal for foreign travelers who are crucial to the local economy. So, I'm like, all right, I don't know much about San Martin. Let me ask my friend ChatGPT. So, San Martin is an island in the Caribbean. And here's what's intriguing, guys. They only have 42,000 people, but
Why do we have an AI bot as our
small
co-host?
country.
it's a small but.
Hey, man.
Hear me out here, guys.
These
Hear
are
me
the
out.
times, man. These are the
The
times. bro.
northern part of the island is controlled by France. So, does this mean France will now adopt Tron as legal tender?
What kind of reach?
No,
what the hell?
Yeah, that was a big reach, right? That was a big reach, right? Not at all. I'm gonna tell you why not, Dave. I'm gonna tell you why not. So Estonia tried to do this years back. They had their e-residency program. They were very blockchain forward, and then boom, that happened. They were seeing a lot of success, and then the next year they tried to step out a little further and say we're gonna have our own token called the E token or something. I don't know, E-coin. And that got shot down big time, very quickly by Mario Draghi at that time. So it's not going to happen. ECB is not going to allow any other currency to compete with an already dying euro currency, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Not
100%.
happening.
And in case you didn't know, San Martin has a population of 40,000 people, which is actually smaller than the suburbs of Summerlin, which is up in North Las Vegas. Which is a small community. So 15 square miles as well.
Big small
So,
country. Big small country.
Big small country.
All right,
So,
why Tron though? Why do you guys think this is? Like, what's your thinking here? Why not Bitcoin? Why not, if you're going to go with the layer one, why not Ethereum?
they have hotels there, and I bet you Justin's son was hanging out at one of those resorts, and those all-inclusives, and you know,
He said,
he got,
I don't know.
He
Why,
had
I got a
why
lot of money.
Tron? Why Tron? Why do you guys think it's Tron? Do you
Why
think Justin's
Tron?
son's got a backdoor deal?
Yeah, for sure. He knows some very influential people over there. Has to. Now, I wouldn't do Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin infrastructurally is just not ready for any type of country to use as a currency on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, I
Sure,
don't know.
Tron
It has to
is-
be that.
Tron is one of the fastest or one of the cheapest layer ones in the top 20. That I know that when I was DJing and I was trying to save money, move stuff around repeatedly, I would, I'd see what exchanges, because basically you go from one exchange to another or one wallet to another. You're like, all right, well, what wallets can I transfer over to? That you have Bitcoin,
Exactly.
Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and then if it's a lot of congestion on the network, you're scrolling down the list. Tron was always under 5 cents, man. It was always around a penny or less to transact. And so if you're gonna move value around money, aka make purchases, on the scale of thousands or tens of thousands, you're gonna want something that's not
Even
gonna break the
little
bank.
amounts.
So
I bought gold on World of Warcraft, and they wanted Tron as payment.
What are you,
Oh,
Peter
yeah?
Schiff?
Oh,
Um,
Peter.
Yeah, Peter just doesn't stop talking. I want to give a quick shout out to our hype man, Jimmy. Gifted 10 memberships again. So CB, we got this whale member in our his name is Jimmy W. And this dude literally spends probably $30 to $50 every single live stream just giving out free
do you do
community memberships. So
boy,
How do you do that?
boy,
yes I do.
he's literally propping up the
Twice. Double split experiment.
Hey, you
Yeah.
look so good, bro. We got to give you the camera 2 times.
I'm working on it. Sorry.
All right.
we got Kyler filling in for Rocco.
We got the
He's
Swiss-
doing a phenomenal job. We have so many buttons back there.
Yeah.
But
Buttons galore. All right. Let's move on. Okay, by the way, real quick, before we move on, guys, if you haven't voted, we did a poll whether this is a big deal or not regarding Tron. Make sure you submit your vote. I will give you guys 2 more minutes before I close it. While you guys do that, I want to move on to Celsius, because
Scamcia.
they've proposed a restructuring to offer a one-time meaningful recovery payout for most creditors, sourced from CoinDesk. Creditors with locked assets above a certain threshold would receive a token called the asset share token that reflects the value of their assets. AST holders would either be able to hold their tokens, which lawyers said would entitle them to dividends over time, or sell them on the open market to who, I don't know. The rest of the platform's customers, which Celsius lawyers estimated would be between 60 to 70%, would receive a one-time distribution in liquid crypto. The distribution would be at a discount. We're not envisioning a full recovery, but a meaningful one, said one of the lawyers representing Celsius. It also goes on to say it would be a one-time distribution in liquid crypto, call it Bitcoin, Ether, stablecoins, something that has, readily tradable and readily ascertainable market value to everybody who claims below a certain threshold. Followed up by this article, Celsius to allow customers to withdraw funds deposited after the bankruptcy. So U.S. bankruptcy judge Martin Glenn has ruled that Celsius creditors who deposited after the bankruptcy can withdraw their money soon. Now, he did stipulate that to those withdrawing more than $40K or those who transferred more than $200,000 during the 3 months before the bankruptcy would need approval. Creditors in one corner of the bankruptcy have insisted that the lender issue new tokens to bereft creditors, talking about Bitfinex and how they were able to make everyone whole in just a few short months. No, there's a lot to cover. But are you for or are you against an issuance of a new token like they did with Bitfinex? And what are your thoughts in general? CB, I'll start with you first.
On Celsius' behalf, I think this is a great move. Well, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you create a new Ponzi scheme to pay back the old Ponzi scheme? I mean, classic. Great. Like Amway or something. I don't know. It's just, just keep it going. Scamway, just keep the Ponzi going. So hey, why wouldn't you do that? Yeah, I would do it if I could. Hey, I would.
But they're saying, we'll give you the AST token to sell in the open market, but there's got to be a buyer on the other end, right? Is it going to be Celsius?
The AST token? The AST token?
The AST token.
AST out?
Yeah, I know you referenced Bitfinex, but that was a loss of fun. Jesus. What's up, David?
No double Robin. Please, no double Robin. That's all I ask.
We're getting through it. All right, so, with Bitfinex, you had, Jesus, triple Robin.
All right, there you go. Kyler, you work behind the scenes. Go ahead, Robin.
I did that one on purpose. I'm sorry.
All right, so you have Bitfinex. They were issuing their token because of a loss of money or because of a hack. It wasn't because of just straight fraud and failure from the inside. And so, narrative's a little different. I think it's just the easy way out because, hey, we made so much money the easy way, which was to, create a token, manipulate it, issue it out, do whatever, you know what it is. These projects that have went under, they mismanaged funds, they did ICOs, and they made millions or billions of dollars in the process. And so it's just natural for them to fall back on that again. Like, hey, man, we're in a hole. We see it here in Vegas all the time. Like, hey, I lost 50 grand, but I was up 100 grand. So all I got to do is just get back to that table and put $10,000 on black 5 times in a row. And then that's not how it works. You have to make money the real way. And, you have to work for it. You have to grow a business. You have to provide value. You have to grow value from a starting position. And to just simply come out and just issue out a token just to bring up revenue really quick, it's a smack in the face, bro. And if I was,
I had Mark Yusko on last week or earlier this week, and he said something that's so true. You don't double down on your losses; you double down on your wins. It's counterintuitive, but that's what you should be doing.
But what if this plan works and people get a majority of their money back? I mean, then would it matter, Robin?
The whole premise is wrong.
The moon was hollow.
Yeah, it's you don't generate money from nowhere. So if you pay somebody back, it came from somewhere. Unless you're the government, you can't just print money.
I heard they're getting
And even when the government prints money, they're taking from people's purchasing power and their savings accounts and their futures and their wealth that they haven't, saved up. And so it's coming from somewhere. If you owe me $1,000 and you just give it to me from somewhere else, it came from somewhere else. That's it. And if it doesn't show up right now, it'll show up 2 years from now when someone else goes to cash out or when something else goes under. But that needs to be accounted for at some point down the line. And so I'm just never in favor of that, like ever. So
I just want people to get their money back. That's all I want.
Yeah, well, you take risk, you invest, you lock up, you learn, bro. Yeah, I mean, you can't just like, hey, you lost money, so you know what? Let's steal from other people to make you feel better. Like, you know what? You're just gonna have to take a black eye. Sometimes you get in a fight, and it just don't go your way, man. But you learn.
Fights never go your way because you're. Anyways,
shout out, gunshot for my man.
That's right.
We didn't get one of those. Yeah,
and he just got gifted a membership to Sin City Crypto. So thank you, Sin Cityers.
We ain't got no guns,
what do you
but
call
you
your
got a straight hammer, bro.
We got gifts. We don't got guns. We got gifts.
Yeah, I got this hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gift gun.
Our community
I'll
member
give
made
you a
this.
gun.
See that Thor's hammer, bro? You better be careful. Send that thing over. Hammer's dead. All right. I want to talk about a guy.
I love the interruptions. Just keep throwing gunshots every time David goes to talk. I'm so good at it.
I have Robin. He's like worse than a gunshot. So there's a guy. Let me tell you, once upon a time, there was a man named Roger Ver, and he single-handedly brought down a crypto exchange, and looks like he single-handedly had a play in Genesis. So if you guys remember CoinFlex, where they had one trader that had a $45 million position that they didn't pay back, and they had the company went under, and they tried to launch this recovery token, and it went completely bust. They teamed up with the 3AC guys to launch GTX, a new crypto exchange, which CryptoBlood, I'm sure you covered on your channel. But the same guy, Roger Ver, he owes $20.8 million to Genesis. And so he is.
Isn't he like?
He must
he's
be
called like
using the
Bitcoin
Caroline
Jesus, right?
Ellison.
Bitcoin Jesus, right?
Yeah, Jesus is bankrupt, man.
Jesus was saving people, not robbing people of money. So crypto lending firm Genesis is taking on Bitcoin Cash proponent Roger Ver. That's your first red flag there, Bitcoin Cash proponent. The company is going after Roger for his failure to settle crypto options transactions that expired on the 30th of December of last year. The total amount is approximately $20.8 million. He has 20 days to answer to the summons. If he fails to do so, he will have to pay the total cost of reparations by default. Ver, on his part, has seen a fair amount of trouble in recent times. He actually gave up his U.S. citizenship to become a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Another big, small country.
Huge adoption there, guys. All right. What is going on? What is going on with these platforms and not asking for some sort of collateral or something? Just 45 million
because
for one person.
Jesus, would you ask Jesus for collateral if he came to you? To your
Jesus
business
can't pay his
said,
bills,
son,
I'm going to.
Son,
if he can't turn wine into money to pay me back,
he literally created the term breaking bread, man, though. You know what I'm saying?
Like frocks repossessed.
He coined that one, bro.
I couldn't ask Jesus for collateral. I couldn't do it. It's not my heart.
That's
man.
A horrible take, blood. That's horrible. You gotta ask for that collateral, man.
Like, hey, Jesus, man, you sure you're gonna pay me back, man? I need to hold on to that watch until I get your money back.
Yeah, nah, man. Listen, I think he's definitely doing some Ellison Caroline tactics here. No stop losses, no anything. It's called martingale, actually. It's actually called It comes from betting, casino. You guys should know about the martingale strategy, where you just keep betting down. You know, you just keep putting money down, and eventually you'll hit a winning streak and you'll bring it all back. Must be what he was doing because he owes 45 million at CoinFlex, now 20 over at Genesis. I mean, who else?
Yeah, who else?
know,
That's a
man.
good question. Who else?
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't know money management very well, right?
But is it on these exchanges to
His
kind of
father
have?
owns it all, so there's no reason to.
Is it up to the exchanges? Is it their fault to like just have some sort of something in place to where if this continues to happen, which the guy has a track record, right? Am I crazy for saying that or what?
I agree with you, but he's Bitcoin Jesus. Like,
I don't care who he is. He owes people money. That's who he is.
son of the
anyways.
Most High, Satoshi. Like, the guy is legendary, right? So again, you guys out there, if Jesus were to come to your business, would you ask for collateral?
If it was this guy, yeah, I would. Sorry. All right. Wrapping up this, yeah.
That's funny.
Man, we're over here shooting Jesus on camera. That's messed up. That's up. Jesus, I love you. Please forgive us. We have sinned. Please forgive us for we have sinned. All right, I want to move on. I want to move on to Roger Ver to Aave. So Aave is one of the projects I like a lot. They are a true decentralized lending and borrowing protocol. They're built on the Ethereum network. And everything's been down in the DeFi space. Of course, TVL is down, lending, borrowing is down, Earn is down as well. But Aave gets access to new users through this upgrade. But is it enough? Aave's partnership with Lemon app could expand its user base. With the new collaboration, over 1.7 million users from Argentina and Brazil could get access to Aave and supply liquidity to the platform. Says they tweeted this as well. So their highly anticipated version 3 launch on the mainnet was created and is now live. And with their integration with Lemon app, again, should bring about 1.7 million new people. According to Masari, the number of unique users on the Aave protocol declined by 25.16% over the last month. But again, guys, that's not an anomaly. Every single DeFi app has gone through the same thing. Are you guys still bullish on DeFi? Are you still bullish on Aave? Because DeFi's taken a beating. And so is it going to come back in the next bull market? Is it going to roar back like it roared in this last bull market we had?
So basically DeFi is just another sector of crypto. All of crypto's down. Viewership on social medias is down. Volume is down. Market cap is down. Everything's down. So you would expect DeFi to be down as well. But this is the answer to a lot of the problems that we've had. What we've seen with centralization is really the stain that everyone's been talking about with the FTX collapse, the Celsius, everything, all the articles we talked about today, everything we talked about today was literally over centralization. And you know what? At some point, people are going to freaking realize, you know what? I'm tired of people holding my money and playing around with it. Let me control it myself in a way that is free of manipulation. Hence DeFi. I don't know when the hell it's going to bounce back, but I'm assuming next bull market will be a good way to go.
What are your thoughts, CB?
Well, the pendulum has to swing back in the favor of DeFi. And what I mean by that is with the Federal Reserve increasing rates as they are, money is becoming more expensive, and it's becoming more expensive to, so meaning if I have money, cash, M1, I can earn a decent yield now, finally. And so I think yields are, above DeFi average yields. So that pendulum has to swing back before it becomes interesting, in my opinion. But I think it will at some point, just not now. Yeah. We got some time. We got some time.
Guys, in the chat, if you're an Aave fan, put a number 1 in the chat. CB, we know you got to go. We just wanted to thank you for joining us, my friend. Guys, if you're not subscribed to CBTV on YouTube, there's a link in the description. Also, go follow him on Twitter. And CryptoBlood, we always love having you on, my friend. And we look forward to bringing you on again.
We're going to send you the invite, man. You make sure you book as many spots as you can.
Blood. Blood emojis all the way across the camera. All right,
Appreciate
guys.
you, my guy.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Always a
All right.
pleasure, man. Anytime.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I like Aave, man. Aave is great. I think Aave, Compound, Maker, I think those are three projects. If you want to hedge yourself again or with DeFi, those are the three you're going to want to look at. And so highly, highly recommend it. I'm not saying you buy it. I'm just saying look into them. If you think DeFi is coming back, those are the top three: Aave, Compound, Maker, DAO. All right, let's move on to some other news.
Real quick, let me just give a little shout out to the chat here. They've been in anticipation for the Ola. So if you're new here, say hello so we can jump on Ola right back at you. And we have your owner, My Pillow. Lucky News, Brian B, Leroy. We got Red River Post, Diamond Sauce, Ian, Avanish, then we have someone NE Florida Man. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
All right, so we have some news in regards to Gemini and some of their partners, as the Nifty Gateway co-founders have resigned amid woes for Gemini. In a Twitter thread posted on January 25th, Duncan Cockfoster and Griffin Cockfoster, co-founders of the NFT auction platform Nifty Giveaway,
Hold on, what?
we're just gonna call them DCF.
Who's the founders?
DCF and GCF, all right?
Okay,
Not to
DP?
Yeah.
DC.
So,
Sorry.
I believe they're
Wrong
brothers.
letter.
Duncan Cockfoster and Griffin Cockfoster. We're talking cock like, obviously, the chicken, guys. So anyways, they're the founders of the NFT auction platform Nifty Gateway, and they are resigning effective immediately from Gemini. They said, when Gemini acquired Nifty Gateway in 2019, Griffin and I said, if everything went amazing and we loved it, we would stay for 4 years before starting another company. We ended up staying the max amount of time we originally thought possible, which shows us how great this experience was. This move comes amid a legal battle between Nifty Gateway's parent company, Gemini, and bankrupt crypto lender Genesis. They also went on to say, we know that transitions can create uncertainty around the future. To that end, in the coming weeks, we will publicly outline a roadmap and a plan for the future of Nifty. After we depart, we will stay connected to the mission in an advisory role to ensure continuity. So I know the timeline fits, but it was just like January, the very first month of 2019, they decided to partner with Gemini, and it just so happens that Gemini, $900 million doesn't go missing, but they don't have access to, and now they decide to step away. I don't know, man. I don't know if I buy that. So I've never used Nifty Gateway. If you use Nifty Gateway, chat, put a 1 in the chat. I've never. Have you, Robin?
No, this is the first time I've heard of it. So
Me too. But I guess the point is, as this contagion effect starts going through with the FTX and now Genesis, you're going to see more and more of projects stepping away, projects relocating to different chains. We've already seen it with Solana, with their 2 top NFT projects, also one of the Web3 gaming projects leaving Solana as well. And so, yeah. You have anything to comment on to this one?
No. That's it.
Okay. All right. And some more piece of news. BlockFi accidentally doxed their own financial reports, and they showed a $1.2 billion exposure to none other than FTX. They've uploaded uncensored financials by mistake, revealing a $1.2 billion in assets tied up with bankrupt exchange FTX and the trading firm Alameda Research. BlockFi had $415.9 million worth of assets linked to FTX and a whopping $831 million in loans to Alameda. Now, here's what's interesting. On July 1st, FTX US extended a $400 million line of credit to BlockFi after BlockFi was hurt by the whole Terra Luna 3AC collapse. So BlockFi lend money to Alameda. And then when BlockFi is in trouble, FTX just gave him a line of credit. And so $1.2 billion. What are your thoughts on this, Robin?
Not surprised. And we saw as soon as the FTX collapse happened, what was it?
The
Within the
next day.
same week. Yeah, it was the
next
next
day.
day, within the next 48 hours. They're like, yeah, we're done. Like they were already teetering on bankruptcy already. Remember, they were talking about the bailouts. They got sued by the SEC. They were underwater already. And maybe they had a small glimmer of hope. Soon as FTX went under, they were like, that's it. And so, yeah, I think it's just a learning lesson here. So,
Guys, we got to be careful
what's up?
of just what's going to happen next. And then there was also news that DCG, they're sacking 35% of their employees from one of their affiliate companies, so to say, which is Luno, which is an exchange. I believe they're an exchange. And so, guys, this whole DCG, Grayscale, FTX, Genesis debacle, this thing's not over, okay? We might see another leg down, but I do think the bottom is in. So, yeah. But that is all we got for the show today, guys. Big shout out to CryptoBlood for joining us today. Also, go check out and support his channel at CBTV. The link is in the description of this video. Also, go check out our merch store. Pick up some merch for you, your friend, your cousin, your uncle, your cat. Not just Sin City merch, but general merch as well. And if you're not subscribed,
Do they have cat merchandise in there?
possibly. Possibly. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Ping the notification bell. And with that being said, Kyler. Friends, family, friends and family of friends. We thank you guys so much for joining us on this amazing hump day. On behalf of myself, Robin, and Kyler, love you guys. We will see you mañana. Same time, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have XRP Jenna joining us. We will see you then, guys.